If you're interested in a solar panel kit in Canada, there are several considerations to keep in mind due to the country's unique climate, latitude, and energy policies. Here's a basic guide to help you make an informed decision. Solar potential in Canada. While Canada might be known for its cold winters and snow, many parts of the country receive a significant amount of sunlight annually, making solar energy viable. For example, southern Alberta and Saskatchewan receive as much sunlight as Rio de Janeiro. Solar panels produce electricity even in cloudy conditions, but their efficiency can drop. Fortunately, advancements in solar technology have made modern panels more efficient in less than ideal conditions. Types of solar panel kits. Solar panel kits are tailored to different needs and situations. Here are the main types of solar panel kits. Grid-tied kits. Grid-tied solar systems, also known as on-grid or grid-connected solar systems, are solar power setups that are connected directly to the local utility grid. They are the most common type of solar system installed in urban and suburban areas in Canada. Here's an overview of grid-tied solar kits in Canada. Advantages of grid-tied kits. Cost-effective. Typically, these are the least expensive type of solar systems because they don't require battery storage. Sell excess power. In some provinces, homeowners can sell excess power back to the grid through net metering or feed-in tariff programs, offsetting the cost of electricity when the sun isn't shining. No need for storage. Since you remain connected to the grid, you don't need to store energy for use during the nighttime or cloudy days. Maintenance. Fewer components. No batteries mean potentially lower maintenance and replacement costs. Considerations. Dependence on the grid. If there's a power outage, the system will typically shut down to prevent backfeeding the grid and ensure the safety of utility workers. This means you won't have power during outages unless you have a backup system. Net metering policies. The financial feasibility of a grid-tied system can depend on local net metering policies, which vary across Canada's provinces and territories. Off-grid kits. Off-grid solar systems, as the name suggests, are designed to operate independently of the local utility grid. They are especially valuable in remote locations, where extending power lines may be impractical or too costly. When considering off-grid solar kits for Canada, several aspects come into play given the country's vast landscape, diverse climates, and unique energy requirements. Advantages of off-grid solar kits. Energy independence. You're not dependent on the grid or affected by grid outages. Remote installation. Ideal for cabins, remote homes, or areas where connecting to the grid is not feasible. Potential cost savings. In very remote areas, the cost of setting up an off-grid solar system can be cheaper than paying for a grid connection. Components of off-grid solar kits. Solar panels. Capture sunlight and convert it into direct current, DC, electricity. Solar inverter. Transforms DC into alternating current, AC, for household use. Batteries. Essential for off-grid systems. They store excess energy for use during nighttime or cloudy days. Charge controller. Manages the power going into the battery bank from the solar array to ensure efficient charging and prevent overcharging. Backup generator. Often recommended for prolonged cloudy periods or high energy demand days. Hybrid kits. Hybrid solar systems, often referred to as grid-tied systems with battery backup, combine the best of both grid-tied and off-grid solar systems. These systems are connected to the grid, but also have battery storage to provide power during outages. Advantages of hybrid solar kits. Resilience during outages. Unlike standard grid-tied systems, hybrid systems can supply power during grid failures, thanks to the battery backup. Flexibility. They allow homeowners to use solar power, grid power, or stored battery power, optimizing energy savings and resilience. Potential for load shifting. In areas with time of use electricity pricing, users can store solar energy during peak sun hours and use it during peak pricing times to save money. Components of hybrid solar kits. Solar panels. Capture sunlight and convert it into direct current, DC, electricity. Hybrid inverter. Unlike traditional inverters, hybrid inverters can manage input from both solar panels and batteries, converting DC from both sources to AC. Batteries. Store excess solar energy for later use. Charge controller. Ensures efficient charging of batteries and prevents overcharging. Monitoring system. Helps monitor energy generation, battery charge levels, and energy consumption. Components of a kit. Solar panels. The primary component that captures sunlight and converts it to electricity. Inverter. Converts the direct current, DC, produced by the panels into alternating current, AC, used by most household appliances. Racking system helps mount and position the solar panels. Batteries for off-grid and hybrid systems store excess energy. Charge controller, primarily for off-grid systems, manages the power going into the battery bank from the solar array to ensure efficient charging and prevent overcharging. Cost. The cost of a solar panel kit varies depending on its size, the type of system, the components included, and brand quality. However, falling solar panel prices over the years have made solar more accessible. Remember to factor in installation costs if you're not planning a DE project. Before making a purchase, do thorough research, consult local experts,